Boom, hey internets. Had to drop this just because I see an explosion of events happening, and I think you guys should really take a part of it. You guys should take advantage of all of these wonderful events that are going on. I went to go screenshot some, and there is so many. There's so many flea markets, pop-ups, sneaker shows, and events that you could be a part of as a brand. Before, there were so little outlets, right? There used to be just maybe pop-up shops. I had experimented a couple years ago with doing a trunk show, selling direct to market. And so early on, I knew that this was gonna be a thing. There's kind of like ComplexCon, which is kind of a super big show. I mean, you're gonna be sat right there next to like Puma, Adidas, Nike, kind of all of these big names that kind of transferred a direct to public show in ComplexCon, right? And everything that happened in 2020, I believe, has really spurred on people to really just gather and be with other people and have transactions and economy happen. So I love the emergence of all the flea markets and pop-ups. It's amazing. Obviously, clothing brands are a group that can vend there. They want you to be a vendor there and have their space. So I did a video many years back where I talked about tips and tricks for a pop-up shop that looks like this here, and I'll have it linked down below. Those tips, those are all still really good tips, but that's gonna be super relevant for this subject. So after you watch this video, watch that video or click on it below. Just actual tips and strategy and mindset for when you are at the show. And that's gonna cover tips and strategy for selling at the shows. And the bigger thing I want you to walk away from as you do say yes to these shows is this. There's so many of them. There's a lot of frequency. So what I would do if I were you is open up a spreadsheet and start figuring out which ones you really want to attend. Also, what can you do as a vendor in terms of pricing? Can they give you a deal? Very quickly, once you ask for the quotes of what the vendor table or space costs, they're going to tell you what that is. As a person who's put on events and helped direct events that are like pop-up shows by nature, as you get closer to the event, you can probably get a discount on it. A lot of these are informal and casual, so if you ask them later for a last minute deal, I'm sure 90% of these guys are gonna be willing to work something out because the event is gonna happen no matter what. So that's one thing. Open up a spreadsheet, figure out what the numbers look like, figure out which events really sound good, well organized, or is gonna have a good draw of people to choose which ones your brand is gonna be a part of. I will watch my video below for my tips and strategy in terms of selling at the show. And the third thing that I want to say that's going to encompass the video you'll watch below is your mindset of trying to have a really unique presence at the show. How can you make people stop and come talk to you, or just come and ask what you're about? Can you do a presentation wall, something that they want to do social media with? Do you have a mascot that you can make? Something like that. Do you have freebies, something candy, or something that might attract people? But I'm thinking something like big and visual, or something maybe interactive, but doing that with something that's easy to get to the show is where the challenge is and where some of your homework might be. But do it, take advantage of these. It's great to see community and people doing all of these events. So make sure you don't miss out on an opportunity to connect with the people on the ground. Questions, please drop them below, or you can hit me at this number here. Please give this video a like if I gave you some value at all. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.